The video that's gotten 1 million views, that's what we're talking about today. Hi, this is Frank Buck, and this is the place to be if you want to get organized and make it look easy. If you're here today, it's probably for one of two reasons. First, you follow me regularly and you enjoy the weekly content that I produce. You see this episode as one more in a long series of videos, though it's one that's actually a little off the beaten path compared to my usual organizational strategies, productivity strategies, time tactics, that sort of thing. Or number two, you're not familiar with me, but the title somehow intrigued you. 1 million views. That caught your attention. Perhaps you're a content creator yourself looking for insights on how to reach a wider audience with your own videos. Well, if you've come here to see how you too can make a video that garners 1 million views, I hate to disappoint you. I don't know exactly how it happened. If I did, I would just do it again and again and again, and I would be sharing that formula with you today instead. In fact, I'm genuinely interested in your thoughts as to why this particular video is so much more successful than others that I've made over the years. I made this video 4 years ago. The first year, it got 5,000 views total. After 2 years, that number was 27,000. After 3 years, 75,000. But then things started to happen. In mid-October of 2023, things started to take off. Now, those of you who have been with me for a long time probably agree that while the video may be good, it's really no better than many that I've created that have garnered only a small fraction of this number of views. The content quality is similar, the production value is the same, and the topic, while useful, doesn't seem particularly more compelling than any other subjects that I've covered. So perhaps you can give me some insight. A few people have suggested the title is kind of intriguing and even a little clickbaity. And perhaps it is, although I believe when a video delivers exactly what it promises, it's not clickbait. Maybe it's simply an accurate description. And the title does clearly state what the technique does, and the video demonstrates exactly that technique. No misleading promises, just straightforward content. When you watch the video, if you're a regular here, you'll likely think, well, Frank is honoring a favorite professor from days gone by and simultaneously sharing a test preparation technique that worked for him that might work for others. And that's exactly why I created this video. I wanted to share something valuable that had helped me as a student, at the same time, pay a little tribute to the educator who was responsible for me tripping across that very technique. Nothing more complicated than that. I often get emails from people offering their services as YouTube consultants or marketing experts for a fee, of course. They point to my videos as being good, but not getting nearly as many views as they should, according to their assessments. And they'll offer to, help me make better thumbnails with eye-catching graphics or improve my SEO to get more visibility in search results or rewrite my video titles and descriptions for higher click-through rates or advise me on trending topics that could attract more viewers. Well, when they point to videos that didn't perform well, I respond by sharing the link to the one that's now past the 1 million view mark and asking them what made a difference. Why was that video different from the others? I mean, the thumbnail's no better. In fact, it's quite simple. And the quality of the video itself is no better than the other content. There's nothing fancy about the editing or production. There's no music in the background. But I've never received a satisfactory answer from any of these so-called experts. Their theories fall flat when confronted with the reality of this unexpectedly successful video. So if you're here hoping to discover the secret sauce for creating a YouTube video with 1 million views, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Again, if I knew the formula, I'd be using it myself. But here's what I do want you to take away from today's discussion. When you look at the analytics for this particular video, you'll see something interesting. It was up for a very long time, several months, in fact, before it gained any traction at all. Then, at one point, suddenly it exploded. I'm guessing the YouTube algorithm finally picked it up and started showing it to a specific segment of viewers who found it particularly valuable. And based on my analytics, it seems the subject matter struck a chord with high school and college students in India who needed to memorize large quantities of information for tests and exams. This points to something important about content creation. Sometimes your audience isn't who you expect it to be. I created this video primarily thinking of my usual followers, professionals and educators interested in organization and productivity, but it found a greater resonance with students on the other side of the world looking for effective study techniques. This reminds us that when we put content out into the digital universe, we can never fully predict where it will land or who it will benefit the most. Why haven't other videos taken off like this one? Well, your guess is as good as mine. I've created videos on similar topics with similar quality and even with similar titles in some cases. Yet this one video outperforms the others by an order of magnitude. So if you're making videos and not getting the viewer count you should like, while someone else who's not making stuff nearly as good as yours gets tons of views, don't take it personally. The algorithms that govern content distribution online are complex and sometimes seemingly random in their effects. At least that seems so to me. Maybe some of you can help me out. Here's what I've learned along the way in my content creation journey. First, just get started. I've been blogging since like 2005, sharing my thoughts and strategies on organization and productivity through written posts. But it wasn't until 2017 that I finally expanded into audio content, essentially reading the blog post and uploading them as podcasts. I recognize that some people prefer listening to reading, especially when they're commuting or exercising. So I figured it would provide additional value in a different format. And after all, I'd already created the content. I already had it in writing. So making the audio was pretty easy. And it wasn't until 2019, after more than a decade of creating content online, that I finally had the courage to turn on the video camera. I resisted for so long because I wasn't comfortable seeing myself on screen or hearing my recorded voice. There was always some excuse. I needed better equipment. I needed better lighting. I needed more training in video production. And finally, I decided, well, Frank, you know how to use Zoom for meetings. So just start a Zoom meeting by yourself. Record it, export it, find yourself a free video editor, learn how to use it, do some simple things like cut out the bad parts and upload it to YouTube, and then figure out how to take the embed code, find the embed code for the video, and put it in your blog post. You know what? It worked, and it wasn't hard. So if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel to share your expertise through video, my advice is to go ahead and take the first step today. Your first video won't be great, but that's okay, and that's normal. If you wait until you're perfect before posting your first video, you'll never post one. Go ahead and do it. Once you've gotten the worst one out of the way, everything from there on will be better. Each video teaches you more about the process. Second, share content because you enjoy it, not because it's going to make you any money. People often ask me about monetization, so let me be transparent. At this point, I'm getting about $150 a month from YouTube. Certainly not a living. Absolutely not. Hey, I'll take $150 for doing no more than I was doing before. And it's only been within probably the last year at the most that I was getting anything. So that's it, $150 a month. After years of consistent posting, and even with a video that's reached over 1 million viewers, I'm, making enough to buy a nice dinner once a month, and that's it. There are plenty of people who make their entire living from YouTube, and many of them earn it by, well, selling courses about how to make money from YouTube. But they represent a tiny fraction of content creators. I'm certainly not doing it for the money, and if that had been my primary motivation, I'd have quit long ago. I do it because I enjoy sharing knowledge that might help others. I do it because it seems to make a difference for some people who apply my organizational techniques in their own lives. And I do it because there's a satisfaction in knowing that something I've created is out there helping somebody I've never met solve a problem or improve their situation. If you don't enjoy the process of content creation, the planning, the recording, the editing, and the interaction with viewers, I honestly wouldn't bother with it. Life is too short to spend time on activities you don't find fulfilling. But if you do enjoy it, if you get a sense of purpose or satisfaction from sharing your knowledge and expertise, then go for it. Don't worry about viewer counts or money. Just simply do it because you enjoy doing it. And if others find value in it, well, so much the better. And that's the true reward for content creation. So in the end, whether you get 1 million views or just 100, what matters most is that you're putting something positive into the world that wasn't there before. And sometimes when you least expect it, something you create just might catch fire and reach more people than you ever imagined possible. That's the unpredictable magic of content creation in our digital world. Hey, are you on my email list? If not, let's take care of that today. Come over to frankbuck.org and get on that email list today. I'm going to send you 2 free gifts. One's going to get your desk clean, the other's going to put everything you have to do in one digital place. Let's take care of that today. Thanks so much for stopping by. This has been Frank Buck helping you get organized and make it look easy.